Get ready for a game show I'm calling Body Count.
Hello and welcome to the Green Bay Outdoors Podcast. My name's Kyle.
I'm AJ.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Ryan.
So it's been a week for you guys, but for us, Super Bowl Sunday was last night, and all my friends came over, and we watched the Super Bowl. Just AJ came over, and we watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, all your friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ryan, what's interesting, we talk about in this office a lot of times, and I can't believe I'm going to talk about this in the podcast, but I've decided I'm gonna.
Okay.
A lot of times what'll happen is we'll all have the same conclusion on stuff, but then we're like, is it because we were independently like thinking about it on our own, or like what is it that makes us like whatever, like where we come to the same conclusions on things? But is it because we're all interacting with each other and we're like giving each other the answers, and it's like we're selling each other, so then we all agree?
We're in an echo chamber.
Exactly. We're in an echo chamber, except Jeff. And then
Only independent thinker, which is sad.
So last night was the Super Bowl, and I'm sure everyone's tired of talking about this now by the time they hear this podcast, but the Bad Bunny / Turning Point USA halftime show.
Rivalry.
Rivalry.
Made up for no reason.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give my opinion on it. I'm gonna give my opinion on it of what it was leading into it, and then also after. Going into the halftime show, I knew that Turning Point USA was going to have a separate halftime show. Mm-hmm. And this was as simple as my thinking was. I don't know who Bad Bunny is. AJ's probably going to be over, and other people are probably going to be over. We're going to have food. I probably won't even pay attention to halftime. I'm more excited about the game, not the commercials of the halftime show like a lot of people. Yeah. I don't know who Bad Bunny is, but I know he's bad, is what people say, you know? And I'm like, well, I don't know who that is. And honestly, and this is genuinely my thought, if people on either side of the aisle have such a problem with him, well, let's see what it is, and I'll watch it. And then if I want to watch the other halftime show, I can watch it anytime. Everything's on YouTube now. You can watch, if I like want to see a show, I can just watch both. Yeah, watch the one, and then you got to change the channel. And we had just gotten Peacock to be crystal clear. Yeah, it was like we were changing because we tried it on Hulu, then we tried Peacock, and it was like trying to get the clearest picture, and it like takes a minute. So if you like get off of the app and then go to another channel, you come back, it's staticky for a while. So I'm like, we'll just leave it on. So we just left it. That was my whole thinking into it, and it was just somewhat comical to me. I watched it, and AJ and I talked through the whole thing. Yep. I made a really funny joke about Telemundo, but it was like I didn't understand what he was saying. Like I didn't understand it. However, I often don't understand art either. So, am I the one who should be like I would have likened to see something in English because I could have understood it. But at the same time, you know, they're doing, and one of my favorite songs is Danza Kuduro, which I don't even know if I'm saying right. I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
I thought he was going to say Despacito.
Casablina. Say about it, Casablina. And it's like, so.
Gasolina?
See?
Gasolina.
And that is English. All right. Well, kind of. Yeah, it's just a word that blends both ways. But
no, it's just gasolina. Just a Spanish word.
Yeah, for what?
Gasoline.
Yeah, is it similar? So it's like the same but different?
It's gas.
It's the same word.
The word is gasolina.
I know you're adding it, but I'm saying like it's close. Like it's like
it's one of the words you could guess in English.
You don't have to speak Spanish to know what they're saying.
Okay, yeah.
Latin root, yada yada.
That's what I'm saying. So anyhow, we watched the whole thing, and I'm like I didn't understand what he was saying, but I wasn't like offended by nothing. It looked like a lot like other Super Bowl commercials. I will say this from a production quality standpoint, the way they were doing the camera work, where they were like going through different things and like telling a story, kind of, even though. Good thing they were kind of telling a story I could understand because I couldn't understand a word he was saying. But
except for VIP. I know what that means.
I don't think. Did he say that?
It's in one of his songs. It's the only song I know.
So anyhow, long story short is I wasn't offended by it. I didn't understand it. Don't understand a lot of art, but I wasn't upset about it. So I don't. Also, like, if everyone's gonna be upset, I want to see what everyone's upset about it. If someone's like, "Oh my gosh, did you see the news?" You're like, "What happened?" "Oh, Lindsey Vonn tore her leg in half on the ski thing." You're like, "Show me." Like, you want to see it.
Yeah.
So I want to see what everyone's all upset about. And I
don't know what
don't. I guess politically, he's very anti-ICE and has said anti-American things or whatever. I didn't get that from the show.
I bet so would a lot of people who could potentially do the Super Bowl.
That's a great point.
Right.
Name a celebrity who doesn't say all that.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking on it was like, didn't understand it, but I'm not hurt.
Sure.
That was my take.
Yeah.
But people were very upset. And then Ryan...
I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl, but I knew that there was going to be 2 different halftime shows, and it was like talk of the town, like,
which one are you going to
ooh,
do?
what are you going to do? You got to pick a side, which
Yeah.
is getting really old. I'm getting tired of that. You have to pick a side on everything, where it's like, I don't
And this is what your team picked.
Yeah.
You better pick what your team picked.
Yeah.
No.
I don't like that, and I'm getting sick of it, especially about stuff I don't care about. I don't care.
No.
At all. There's nothing.
I don't care if he's a good rabbit or a bad bunny.
The thing that I think was a bad look was that the one that they did through Turning Point was the All-American one. It's like, well, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. So
Yeah. And that was the other thing I said this morning. I was like, it's not, it doesn't really look good for one side. It's kind of a bad look when they can't watch the Hispanic halftime show.
yeah.
For me though, the one thing that I will say is this: you look at the NFL and who is watching the NFL, and there are a lot of God-fearing, English-speaking Americans, and that halftime show was not tailored to them. To me, it was tailored to a new audience that they're trying to recruit into football, which would be like the Hispanic audience, to get them more interested in our version of football.
Because it's a business, and they're running a business, and they want more people involved in their business.
Sure. What was that a political stance? I don't know. Then the Olympics must be, because that's a celebration of everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't
get it.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Like,
also, I don't speak fluent Spanish at all, and I listen to Tito Double P all the time. I have no idea what he's saying.
None.
But the music's good.
So good.
I like the way it sounds.
Ryan has consistently said his favorite artist is Tito PP. I've heard you say that many times.
Tito Double P.
Double B.
Respect his name.
Tito PP.
yeah, that's the only part he understands of it. So back off. To me, it's like I also saw on Facebook afterwards, like, people posting, like, I only watched the Turning Point one, and then people being like attacking them for that and calling that one racist.
Jeez.
If you're offended by either,
Yes, that is true.
then I don't agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because there's a lot on the other side. I shouldn't say other side. Yeah, there's a lot on the people that were excited about the halftime show at the Super Bowl who are just like, how disgusting is that other one? And then there's people at the other one who are like, that one's so disgusting. It's like, what are you so upset about? I don't care. Watch whatever you want.
Literally.
When I tried to find it on YouTube, as it turns out, there's a lot of different like halftime shows that just different people put on as like they know people are looking for music and for the halftime show right now, so they put that in and just loop music or something. Like there's probably hundreds. You know, like
I the side picking's getting really lame for me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's getting so old. Everything has to be a stance. It's like, I have no stance. I don't know anything about it. I don't care. I want nothing to do with this.
I didn't even know who the guy was.
Other than Happy Gilmore 2.
Right.
Which, by the way, he did great in.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
That's funny. Yeah, Adam Sandler said he liked it. It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a winner or loser, but I think we're on the right side of like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always have to be the Rolling Stones, okay? It can be someone new.
Exactly.
Speaking of winners and Jeffs, Jeff, you had something you wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm. So I've done a couple of these on the podcast at this point. Get ready for a game show I'm calling Body Count.
Why'd you look at me?
Because you did your bit at the beginning.
Nice.
So I am going to give you two different animals, and you are going to tell me annually, which one kills more humans? There will be some differences in each one. Sometimes it's like U.S. versus global. I'll tell you as we go.
All right, Regis.
Number 1, global sharks versus U.S. cows.
Cows for sure.
Who's killed more people?
Mm-hmm.
Global sharks or cows?
And if you have a
Cows
guess,
in the U.S.?
It feels like you're being tricked.
yep, that's the point.
If you break it down, you look at you were quick to answer, and your family has pigs, so that's farm related. So that's a flag for me. Number 2, cows are also bulls, so all bull riding, all bull like rodeo stuff. Granted, not too many people die from that. Like die. Like
I'll add another point to my cow theory immediately.
Well, caveat.
he goes,
People see cows as non-threatening, so they're their guards down, so they do stupid stuff around them.
Fair.
Yeah, but sharks, you don't see them until it's too late.
Yeah, I guess that's not necessarily true either, though, because we saw one.
Shark attacks are common, but dying from it
Mm-hmm.
is less common.
500 on the cows and 200 on the sharks.
Wow.
200 people a year die?
From sharks?
No.
Global sharks versus U.S. cows.
I'm going to put sharks' global deaths below 50.
Yeah.
And U.S. cows in the 20s.
You think sharks is more then?
I just can't imagine. I feel like the cow thing would make the news. Once.
Sure.
I think there's less than 50 shark killings a year.
But still more than cows.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 90 cows, 50 sharks.
Okay. Ryan and AJ were correct, but Kyle was closest on the number with cows' deaths at 20 to 22 per year.
I was
So you
dead.
were dead on.
Yeah, you were dead on.
But global sharks is only 5 to 10,
Yeah.
according to the Florida Museum of Natural
You
History.
think 500
Wow.
people are getting killed by cows
I
in the U.S.? That means
Kicks.
hold on, break that down for a second. If there's 50 states,
I mean, I
you think 10 people a year in
Well,
every state are getting killed by cows?
I think there's 300 million people. There's over 300 million people.
Almost 400 million.
Almost 400 million people. Only 500 are like in a place where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Most cow deaths are a result of kicks, trampling, and other farm accidents. Only 10 of the 20 to 22 came from bulls. So not as you would think. Like they're the aggressive ones. Most of them are going to happen from them, but that's not the case.
So how are we scoring this?
I wasn't gonna. I was just doing this for fun.
No,
But if you want to be super aggressive, then they each got a point, and then you got an extra point for the range, even though you were wrong.
So we're tied. So we're at
So
0.
everybody's at 1.
I like the way you score, sir.
I'm at 10.
At least
'cause
right
know
now
the
I do.
answers.
At least right now I like the way you scored. We'll see if it bites me later.
All right, number 2.
Here we go.
Africa, lion versus hippo.
Oh, hippo.
Hippo.
I mean, yeah, that one's pretty obvious,
But
right?
well, hold on a second. Hippos. Wait, where did you say?
Africa,
In general, the
lion
continent.
versus hippo.
The continent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What Tommy
No,
told
the country.
Damn,
No,
he kinda
I
got
I
you.
didn't know if you were going to be like South Africa or
Oh,
something
I
like
gotcha.
that. Yeah,
I gotcha.
So you piece of. That was very bad bunny of you. So
You're a bad boy.
my thinking on it was this: when I was there and we met people, they were all like, It's funny because everywhere else in the world I've been, they say hippos are number 1, but in Africa they made a point to say number 2, and I was like, well, what's number 1? They're like mosquitoes. So that was
I feel like that's well known too.
the mosquito thing.
Yeah.
I had always heard hippos as number 1.
Mosquitoes is one. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. All right, you're up.
This isn't mosquitoes. It's lion versus hippo.
Oh wait, are we supposed to pick
Anyone
numbers?
want to do ranges?
Yeah, we have to do ranges because it means possibility of
Extra point for you.
And when we come back, we'll know. Nothing stops Ram. Never has, never will. Nothing stops great deals on the Ram 1500. Welcoming back the legendary Hemi V8. I just put in an order for a new truck myself. I was so excited to see that cool new Hemi badging that's going to be on the side of the Ram. The customer spoke up and the Hemi is returning, and I'm so pumped about it. The Ram is the most luxurious, technologically advanced, and strongest version ever. 2026 with the available Ram Cargo Box system to keep your gear locked, lit, and ready. An off-road capability that never quits. Nothing stops the most advanced Ram heavy-duty pickup ever with the available Cummins turbo diesel delivering 1,075 pound-feet of torque, built to tow, haul, and dominate any challenge. And with the Ram 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, nothing stops you. Hurry into your local Ram dealer today for a great deal. Nothing stops Ram. Turkey season has a funny way of exposing what you're missing real fast. 1 minute you're feeling dialed in, next minute you realize you forgot that one thing that matters. A diaphragm that fits just right, a slate that you can run without thinking, a decoy setup that actually looks natural, or just the right gear to stay comfortable when the morning is cold and the walk is wet. That's why I go to Bass Pro Shops for turkey season. They built a whole spring turkey hunting headquarters where you can grab the gear and also learn the how. Calls, decoys, vests, boots, camo, the little stuff that separates a good plan from a long walk back to the truck empty-handed. Plus, a ton of turkey tips and guides from people who do this every spring. And here is the part I respect the most. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's are longtime partners of the National Wild Turkey Federation, and they help fund wild turkey conservation and research through the Outdoor Fund. So when you are gearing up, you are also supporting the resource that makes turkey season possible. Get ready for opening day at BassProShops.com or stop into your local Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's and get your hands on the latest gear. Some companies don't start with a marketing plan. They start with a problem that needs solving. Boss Shot Shells, well, they're a great example of that. When Boss Shot Shells was founded, it was solving a real problem. Weak, non-toxic shells that were crippling waterfowl and frustrating hunters. Boss set out to fix that, and they did, with shells like copper-plated bismuth Legacy, War Chief, proving that you didn't have to accept poor performance just because regulations change. Fast forward to 2025, and there's a new problem. You probably noticed it when you step foot in a store. Shotgun shells, the price of bismuth and tungsten have skyrocketed, forcing manufacturers to rethink what's even realistic for the average hunter. Boss didn't want to just make a cheaper shell, they wanted to make a better one, something that could outperform bismuth in real-world use while still keeping the cost in check. Introducing Boss Copper. Copper has now become the foundation of what Boss is building. A shell that patterns consistently, carries confidence downrange, and gives hunters more usable range without making ammo so expensive you hesitate to shoot it. And that mindset carries across their entire lineup, from unleaded and steel reserve to target loads that actually encourage more time behind the gun. Looking ahead, Copper War Chief is coming soon. And let me tell you right now, boys, it's shaping up to be the next step. Now, looking ahead for 2026, Copper War Chief is coming out soon, and it's shaping up to be the best ammunition ever put in a duck gun. And with the spring right around the corner, it's worth ending on Boss Tom. Their tungsten turkey load built for serious turkey hunters who care about dense patterns, penetration, and doing things right when that moment finally comes. Boss has always been about solving real problems hunters face, and that mindset won't ever change. Okay, so we're back. The question was, before break, what kills more human beings? Kills, not attacks, kills. Jeffrey?
Lion versus hippo.
And then we all changed the subject to mosquitoes, so that's our guess.
So, and then Jeff wanted a number of deaths. Now, I feel as though there's less reporting on deaths in Africa, especially by lions and hippos in rural areas. Did I say it right that time?
Close.
Where most of them are.
Rural areas.
Rural.
We had to say it a bunch in the new Melonheads Wilderness Chronicles. I had to say that word, and I never got it, and we just moved on.
Meanwhile, in rural areas,
yeah, that's
RUL.
I can't say it, so shut up. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Are we done?
Okay, ranges. Lion versus hippo.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm
just going based off of
38,000.
I'm going off of hippo as the biggest killer because that's what we've always heard, and they probably have more places to live in the totality of Africa than lions do.
You sure that's your answer though? Because Jeff picked this for a reason, and maybe he's trying to throw you off.
I'm going with hippos. I'm firm on that answer,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with they kill 75,000 a year.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Final answer.
I'm gonna go with 32
Okay.
Who? Which one?
hippos.
And then how many for lions?
Hippos 32.
15.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, are you sure he's not trying to trick us?
I don't know.
I'll go hippos over lions, and I will put the hippos at 19 and the lions at 3.
He thinks we're talking about football.
I'm gonna go hippos over lions as well.
Which team would be the hippos? Probably the Bills.
The retired team. It's a group of retired players that are old and fat now.
I'm gonna go hippos 24, lions 11.
Okay. The answer is hippos.
Knew it.
So you got a point.
We all got points.
All got points.
What the hell was that?
Hippos are 500.
Holy crap!
Nobody got a point on that. Lions, it's very highly contested, but it's somewhere between 22 and 200
Wow.
Wow.
A year.
a year.
Highly contested 22 to 200.
That's a
I
lot.
was
I found
gap.
several different things where it said 22. Most of them said 200, so that's the number I'm assuming is more accurate. But again, it isn't reported that great because it's mostly in rural areas.
Rural.
So everybody got 1 point on that.
Nice.
Wow.
Number 3, North America, moose versus bear.
I have to go with moose because I feel like it's a thing where people don't fear it, so they approach it.
Yeah, and there are a lot more videos on TikTok of moose attacks than there are bear attacks. The other thing is the only species of bear that will really kill people most of the time. I mean, black bears aren't going to do it. And this is where?
North America.
Okay. Black bears are out. Grizzly and brown bears, sure. Likelihood's not high. Most of the encounters, I'm going to go moose. And I'm going to say 11 to 2.
I'm gonna also go moose. I'm gonna go 9-3 over the Bears.
Okay. You all got 1 point except Kyle, who got 2 points.
I never even said
Yeah.
number.
What are we doing?
We went like this. You gave your answer, then he gave his answer, then he gave his answer. If you didn't add a
I got
range,
my 1 point. It's fine.
that's
Move
your
on.
fault. Moose wins at 10 to 15, and you said 11.
Yeah, that's
So you're in. He
Right.
said 9, so unfortunately he's out. Bear was less than 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most moose human deaths are vehicle collisions.
Oh, I did not consider that.
That's a good loophole.
So to break down how the scoring's going, clock's not going, by the way, but break down how the score is going. It's if you get one of your range guesses is correct in the range that's given for the correct score,
You get a bonus point.
you get a bonus point. But not everybody will get a score. Will get a range. It's not whoever was closest. It's
In the range.
you got to get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found at least 3 or 4 sources for all of these, so that's the range I was given.
And I've done it twice.
And we should have a scoreboard at the bottom.
We could, AJ?
yeah.
All right.
I deserve half a point for being passed over.
You
Speak
started.
Up, speak up next
You
time.
started.
I wasn't keeping track of points, so you've got
What were you going to ask?
2.
The thing is keeping track. We don't need to.
Okay. All right, number 4.
Well, I'd like to know.
It's because you're winning
You'll
right now.
find out on Monday.
Shark versus crocodile. Global.
Global.
What was our number
Shark
from
versus
on sharks before?
There are several of these with that, so keep that in mind.
Dang.
I'll go last.
I want crocodile at 150 and shark at whatever the number was before.
Okay.
Did we do shark? We did do sharks before, didn't we?
And it was at like 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I don't
that's
know.
my guess. Crocodile
Some
at
easy points on the board,
Yeah.
on the table.
How much of a game?
yeah, I'm doing crocodile at crocodile at 80.
I'm gonna do Crocodile as well at 45 over sharks.
Circling back, the reason why I'm going to make the choice I make is because sharks, we already know the answer is roughly 20 because we did that already. And crocodile, when I was doing the research for the Wilderness Chronicles episode, where ironically I did sharks living in fresh water and bull shark attacks and that sort of thing. So I researched that, but I also researched crocodiles attacking in the bush of Australia. And the amount of protections on the crocodiles were crazy. And then a lot of people gave up their guns, and the numbers have exploded. And there are more and more and more and more and more attacks by crocodiles every year. They're ambush predators. They also intermingle with people on a more regular basis. Like, for instance, there's places where different countries, you see the ladies walking with that pots on their head where they're going to get water out of the river and that sort of thing, and they get ambushed or they're cleaning. There's a lot of stories like that. Are crocodiles more than sharks as far as killings go? It's tough. I think they're close.
Can I explain why I think?
Yeah, of
further?
course. I'm trying to elaborate so the answer isn't a bum, 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 bum,
Yeah,
bum.
in Costa Rica, this is my only like life experience with this. In Costa Rica, if you go to Tamarindo, just like, which is a crazy popular surfing area,
Okay.
just north of Tamarindo, like not far, like just off the beach, there's a river that flows through it, and they're like, do not end up over there. Do not. You will get eaten. Like, if you
Jeez.
like
Eaten.
like
Straight up eaten.
they will get you.
Okay.
They will get you. They're like, be very like, if you're on a board and the waves push you that way, get out.
Jeez.
So
For
that's
sharks.
No.
For crocs.
Crocs. They hang out. They
Wow.
hang out at that mouth,
The sharks chase you into the mouth, and then the alligators
Yeah.
or the
That's
crocodiles get
crazy.
you.
and that is where the idea from Sharknado came from.
Everybody feel heard?
Were crocodiles more, though? Oh, man, it's tight. I'm gonna say yes, crocodiles over sharks, and I'm going to put it at 27-20.
Wow.
Okay. So, crocodile.
Yep.
You are correct. So you all get a point. You're all too dumb to remember numbers.
Oh,
unfortunately,
darn it!
because cows was 20,
Oh,
sharks was 5 to 10,
Oh.
dang.
and crocodiles is roughly 1,000.
Jeez.
According to BBC Wildlife, they live where people live, and they are ambush predators.
It's like Enu's pillow.
That's crazy.
All right,
1,000?
roughly
Come
1,000.
Wow.
Number 6, U.S. spider versus global jellyfish.
What's a U.S. spider?
Black Widow?
Spiders killing humans in the United States
Oh,
versus global jellyfish.
I mean, that sounds different than U.S. spider, right?
What are your numerics?
I've already done that for several questions, and no one questioned me. So
You're never going to believe the species of North American bear. Bigger than a grizzly, smaller than...
spiders in the U.S. versus jellyfish on the globe.
What's your...
Spiders.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm going spiders over jellyfish. Spiders being 18, jellyfish being 1.
Dang, this one's tough.
I don't know much like the people talk about the man of war.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that really, 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 really mean one, and it's so powerful it can kill you.
The one that we were throwing at each other.
But the truth is, yeah, they're like we're fucking so stupid. But it's like
We found him on the beach.
yeah, well,
We were picking him up and throwing him at each other, and we had like red lines all
Ryan
over.
and I both got pretty bad on our
Yeah.
backs.
I don't know that those were man of wars, but they were.
I'm fair. I think
Oh,
they
really?
were, and they were just like dying. So like there wasn't. They weren't as potent.
But yeah, it can be like crippling and debilitating, but you don't hear of people often dying from them. So I too will go spiders over jellyfish. And this is an average, so
Mm-hmm. Average annual deaths. Spider in the U.S., jellyfish global.
spider 8, jellyfish 2.
I'm conflicted. I'm really
20.
conflicted.
I want to meet the idiots that are going to get killed by a cow
I
this year.
like that we're on number 6, and yet every time it's been a different order for how we answered.
Well, because it's not fair to always go first, because then you don't get to hear what everyone else thinks.
That's true.
That's why I keep going last.
I want to do. The ocean's big and a lot of people go in it,
Yeah.
and I'm good. I think jellyfish.
Land is big too. There's a lot of spiders.
There's more ocean,
But this is only the U.S.
and people tend to live on coasts.
The fact that he tried to deceive you leads me to believe I'm right.
What did you just say?
He said
I didn't hear a word.
you definitely shouldn't pick jellyfish.
You said that the ocean's big, and then he said land's big. I said, but you're only doing the U.S. for spiders.
All right.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Let's go.
End the charade.
Okay.
Yeah, quit.
I think. Sorry.
You know or you don't?
Jellyfish at
9.
15 and spider at 2 or less.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So easy. So
Okay.
we finally are not all doing the
Yeah.
same guess.
Ryan gets the only point.
Really?
It is jellyfish at 20 to 50 global versus spiders
Dang,
in
I
the
was
U.S.
close. I guess 15.
roughly 6.
I did 8 to 2. I was
Wow.
close on the spider.
You
I
were
was-
close, but Ryan's the only one who got it. Box jellyfish venom stops hearts. So
That was the one I thought
that's a
of.
big contributor.
So
But
box
I wasn't allowed
jellyfish.
to talk about it.
But you don't hear about, like, I guess, I don't know.
Number 7,
I got one wrong, so it's bullshit.
global for all of them.
Global.
Lion versus elephant.
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
How recent is your data?
Average per year.
It's elephant.
Elephant, and it's
800.
is that your final answer?
Elephant. I'm gonna be like, honestly, I would probably that one killed 22.
Wait, it was elephant versus who?
Lion.
Lion.
And lion killed
We know the answer for lion.
22 to 200.
Oh,
I knew this was going to happen.
I got to start writing it down. We know how many was lion.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna say elephant at 400 to 500. Lion to I know the number, but I don't want to say it out loud. So let them go.
Okay.
No, you can't do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
And then
Go ahead, AJ.
I will take elephant at 300 over lion at 5.
Good guess.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'll. Dang it, I don't remember. Who did lion face last?
Hippo.
Lion faced hippo last.
And it lost.
Hmm.
You go, and ironically, you got a point for guessing how many. I don't remember it.
This is a podcast. People are listening.
It's okay. He can think. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Ryan.
I'm defending myself more so.
Because he knows he leaves a lot of blanks.
Here, you go since I'm thinking.
No.
All right, I'm going to go with elephants over lions. I'm going to say it was hippos before, and it was a giant number. Lions was low, but I don't remember how low. So I'm going to say 15 for lions and 123 for elephants.
1, 2,
Nice.
3.
Wait. I still have to finish mine off.
No, you don't have to because you already got the bonus point.
Oh.
Can I say
Because
the
he
numbers?
guessed elephants and he guessed correctly. I'm not giving bonus points for both species.
I want a bonus
Okay,
point
go
because I
ahead.
remember 22,
No!
22 to 200.
He did.
I think he should be penalized.
What for
remembering.
So what? How did this shake out?
Elephants win at 300 to 500. You said 300.
I
He
said
said
3.
400 to 500. So they're both get a bonus point. Lions 22 to 200. So elephants win.
Hell yeah.
Elephants mostly attack because of crop raids because they need access to food and surprise encounters. They panic and get defensive.
Say the lion one again.
Lions 22 to 200.
So all I had to do was
Multiple
say a number.
sources.
And I said how many?
15.
You said 15, so you didn't get a single Or no, you did because you got elephants, so they got bonus points.
So now Ryan and I are tied.
I got 3 points that time.
No,
though.
I think he's one ahead of you now.
And I also have a half point.
No.
You don't have a half.
No.
I do.
Number 8. Mosquitoes, global, versus other humans, homicide.
Oh, I think it's still mosquitoes.
Yeah, by a lot.
I feel like, it would have come up. Like, they would have been like, after us.
Wait, say that
When they were telling me?
Say it one more time. Is it both global?
Yes, both global.
Oh.
Mosquitoes versus other humans, homicide.
There are not many mosquitoes in Antarctica.
Homicide though, that makes it squishes it down. I think it's mosquitoes at 40,000.
Is suicide considered a homicide?
Homicide.
Not suet.
Not suicide.
Suet.
So suicides don't count?
Correct.
Are you sure in your numbers of that?
Mhm.
Idiot.
Verified with multiple sources.
I'm going. I want mosquitoes at like 40 to 50,000 and homicides at. No. I'm gonna go a little more than that.
I could go for
Mosquitoes at 50 to 60. Homicides at 40 to 50.
I'm gonna homicide myself if you don't go.
Okay, you.
I'm gonna go with mosquitoes over homicides. Homicides, I'm going to put at 21,000, and I'm going to put mosquitoes at 29,000.
Okay.
I'm going mosquitoes over homicide. Mosquitoes at 35,000. Homicides at 25,000.
Okay, the answer is mosquitoes. So you all got 1 point. Mosquitoes kill via malaria, dengue, and Zika 750,000 people per year.
Jeez.
Humans, homicide is 475,000.
Oh,
so no one got
that's
even
way
remotely
worse.
close to the numbers.
Not even close.
But you all got mosquitoes, so 1 point for everyone. All right, lightning round.
wow, we kill a lot of people.
What makes it lightning? Ryan
I've
has
got
to
two
answer.
animals. Two animals versus dog. Ready?
Wait, what? Two animals?
This is lightning round. There's 2 questions.
Wait,
Ready?
does this include coyotes?
Shark.
Does it include wolves?
And then
Shark versus domestic dog only via rabies.
Deaths.
Deaths
Like
via rabies. Sharks global versus dogs global, but only via rabies. Not like they killed you by ripping your throat out.
I think sharks. Yeah, I think sharks at like whatever the number was is my guess.
It's a free point if you remember.
And
This is the third
15.
inclusion of sharks.
I don't remember. 15
Yeah.
sharks wins, and the rabies one is less than 1 year.
Okay.
I'm going sharks
Think
over.
about Old Yeller.
Sharks over rabies.
Mm-hmm.
Sharks at 10. Rabies at 2.
I know there's never been a 10. Has there been a 10 in anything we've done?
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting married. Oh, Jesus, funny.
This is this is supposed to be lightning round.
What does
Go.
that mean? You didn't tell us. I asked.
Fast money on Family Feud.
What does that mean, though?
If you win, you
there's
get-
no timer. There's no nothing. This is
I
all-
was just
the
trying to
the
end
timer
the
we
char-
have just
I'm trying to
started.
end the charade, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go off the beaten path to rabies, and I'm gonna say it's 21 to 15.
Okay.
Is this global? I'm wrong.
Everyone answered correct?
Yes.
Okay. The answer is dogs rabies.
Yeah!
So you get a point there.
Dang.
And then you both get a bonus point, I believe. Sharks were 5 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
which is the third time we've talked about them. Dogs via rabies alone, according to the BBC, is 25,000.
What?
Oh,
No,
Like,
I don't want to be that right.
that's
Mhm.
dogs died
Dogs
of rabies.
kill-
no,
Killing
dogs
humans
killing humans with
by
rabies.
transferring rabies.
I'd like to know.
No
that-
way.
I think you gave me a bonus point.
And she
but
didn't
I
even know what
already
question
forgot
he was
what my answer was,
answering.
and I don't know that I got the bonus point right.
I don't believe you did either.
You just
But
said
you did guess dog rabies, so you get a point there.
Yeah,
That's
Okay. And then the final one
erroneous.
is
which is actually lightning round.
dogs.
What does that mean? I don't
Dogs, not rabies. Dogs in general. And snakes.
know. Does it include wolves?
Dogs.
Wolves have only killed one person in North America in the last
I didn't say
100
canines.
years.
I said dogs
And snakes?
and snakes.
Dogs were snakes.
Tell me a
I
wolf
think
and
it's
a dog.
dogs again, and snakes is going to be 10,000.
Snakes. I
I
don't,
don't
know
know
no
no
snakes. So not via rabies.
It's dogs in general, global,
Oh.
versus snakes, global.
Well, dogs. If dogs killed by rabies, then you add that in 100% dogs. Then, yeah, dogs over snakes. Then
Dogs, and I'm going to put dogs at like 50,000.
Okay.
what was? Didn't you just say they killed how many by rabies?
28,000? I think he just said 28,000.
I'm just.
think
I didn't
so.
remember.
I'm over that game.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna guess 51,000 dogs and 1,600 snakes.
Oh, wait. If we guess the range, though, like if we guess within the range, we win?
Yeah.
You
The
get a
point?
The
Okay,
bonus
point.
okay, then I'm going to guess 1 to 1 million on dogs.
No, you have to give me a specific number. And
Okay.
if it's either
10,000
within a range or close enough to the average, I'll give you a point.
Okay, then 20,000 to 60,000.
I look forward to looking at this
And you
podcast.
dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I look forward to looking at this podcast and being like, that's wrong. Like, what did we miss? Like, who were we awarding points to that didn't deserve them and stuff? Like, I did mine. I don't even remember what it was.
Okay.
I'm going dogs over snakes.
Yeah.
Dogs over snakes.
He didn't remember what we were talking about.
I'll do 60,000 dogs over 2,000 snakes.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna say 15,000 snakes.
I did 51K and 1,600.
The answer is snakes.
Oh, dang, we all lose.
However, both Ryan and AJ get a bonus point
No!
because it's roughly 60,000.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
You were dead on, so that's awesome.
Hold on a second.
Snakes is 138,000.
This is crazy
Wow.
data.
I don't like this.
Wow.
So we don't. Ryan and I are very close.
I think I win by the half point I got.
No.
Yeah.
I think
Self-anointed.
you won by 1 or 2 points.
I'm concerned about our memories.
Yeah.
Well, we'll add it up on the thing. We'll have a tally at the bottom.
Yeah, but we don't.
I was just doing this for fun. I wasn't expecting it to
So
be so
Ryan,
competitive.
what we'll do? Yeah, you did. Ryan, we'll do like the UFC fights where like neither guy knows for sure they won. So they're like when they're like so and so scores the card 28, 27, and they like but they're both have their hands up like they're like I won like yep here we go I won
raise a hand.
and then when they say who won the one they like turn to the other guy and the guy just like what
He throws his hands
yeah,
up.
yeah like I thought I won.
So, thanks for tuning in to Body Count. Remember to get your cats and dogs spayed and neutered. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
This is not the end of the podcast. This is not the end of the podcast. If you've ever patterned a shotgun and walked away confused, you already understand the problem Carlson's choke tubes was built to solve. A lot of people assume their gun just shoots how it shoots. Carlson has spent decades proving that most of the time, it's the choke doing the heavy lifting. Or holding you back. They've been designing and machining choke tubes right here in the USA for years, with one focus: getting more consistent, predictable patterns out of the guns hunters already own. What I like about Carlson's is they're not just chasing gimmicks. Their chokes are built for real-world hunting situations. Tighter cores, better edge density, and patterns that actually hold together the farther you push them. Whether you're shooting steel, copper, tungsten, or just target loads, they make chokes that are tuned to how modern shells actually perform. And they also give hunters options: waterfowl, upland, turkey, sporting clays, different constrictions, different purposes, clearly labeled and easy to experiment with. And if you're the kind of person who actually puts shells on paper, Carlson's makes it easier to figure out what your gun actually likes. At the end of the day, Carlson's choke tubes aren't about changing your shotgun. They're about helping it perform the way that it should have all along. When people talk about Trijicon, they're usually talking about trust or high-end performance. And that reputation didn't come from advertising. Trijicon has supplied optics to the US military for decades, including combat-proven designs like the ACOG that everybody's heard of. That background, it matters because it influences how their optics are built. Forged aluminum housings, simple and durable designs, and a focus on holding zero through recoil, weather, long-term use, or Jeff dropping his gun for the 13th time. For hunters, that durability translates directly to the field. These are optics built to handle rain, snow, temperature swings, rough travel, and being carried season after season without needing to be babied. Whether it's a traditional rifle scope, an LPVO, or a red dot, Trijicon prioritizes reliability and repeatability, the things that actually matter when you're hunting. Their illumination systems are designed to be dependable. Their glass, it's so clear and usable in challenging light. And their scopes are built with the expectation that they'll be used hard, not just mounted and left in the gun safe. Trijicon optics have earned their reputation by lasting and holding zero. There are certain rifles that don't rely on trends or hype. They build reputation season after season in real conditions. Now, the Savage Arms Model 110 has been doing exactly that for decades, and they've just released a brand new generation of it. The Model 110 is one of the longest continuously produced bolt-action rifles out there, and this lineup stays true to that legacy while making meaningful updates that actually matter in the field. One of the improvements is the adjustable fit system. Length of pull, cheek height can be dialed in easily and without tools, so the rifle fits your body and your shooting style easily and can be adjusted in the field. They've also refined the action to be smoother, updated the ergonomics, and expanded the lineup with more configurations and chamberings than ever before. Whether you're looking for a lightweight hunting rifle you'll carry all day, or something a little more precision-oriented, there's a Model 110 built for that purpose. At the end of the day, this isn't about reinventing the wheel. It's about taking a proven platform and making it better, more comfortable, more versatile, and more capable, while still honoring what made it trusted in the first place. There are few companies in this space where the name itself carries weight because it's been earned over generations. Nosler is one of those. Nosler was founded back in 1948 when John Nosler set out to solve a real problem that he saw in the field: inconsistent bullet performance. That pursuit led to the original Nosler partition, and it set the tone for everything the company has done since. Precision, consistency, and almost an obsessive focus on doing things the right way. That mindset is still very much alive today. Nosler continues to design and manufacture ammunition, bullets, and brass to extremely tight tolerances. And it shows whether you're shooting factory loads or loading your own. Their newest offerings this year expand on that legacy, with updates across multiple product lines aimed at real-world performance, not just specs on a paper. From their whitetail country ammunition, built specifically for dependable terminal performance on deer-sized game, it's what I use for whitetail, to their ASP handgun bullet line, engineered for controlled expansion and reliable penetration in defense and hunting handgun cartridges. Everything Nosler produces is built with a purpose. And at the end of the day, Nosler isn't chasing trends. They're focused on consistency, accuracy, and trust. The kind that only comes from decades of testing, refinement, and time in the field. Jeff, I appreciate that little competition that we got to do. It was fun, and it was very fact-based, which I like. Yeah. It would also be very funny if, you did one of these competitions one time. I don't think we could do it for the podcast because it would be too official, but I've always wanted to put something like that together. Do, the competition, have you guys answer, go through the whole thing, but have all of it just be made-up stuff. like none of the answers.
Lie.
I'm like, actually, I don't really know.
One
spent all this time.
Who kills more humans a year, the four-toed sloth or the hammerhead cow?
Hammerhead cow. Hammer toe cow.
Hammer toe.
Who is more dangerous, Bulbasaur or Jigglypuff?
Well,
if you're Hispanic.
Yep.
3 deaths by Bulbasaur in the Child Series Pokemon versus...
it's Charizard. You can't
There's
trust.
no discussion.
You don't want him to morph. What was it called when they would go evolve? You don't want him to evolve if you're not ready as a trainer to deal with it.
That's true.
You have to. You know what I mean?
What is this?
That was a thing.
Oh yeah,
It was a thing, right, Ryan?
I never liked Pokemon.
Ryan got shot by an arrow the other day. Just grazed him.
Thank goodness.
Which
I
one
was
of you
wearing
guys did it?
Andy. That's why he's not here.
Yeah, he's in timeout.
Yeah. Nah, I shot him with an arrow.
Face the corner.
I faced the
You
guy.
shot him.
Turn back.
You shot Ryan.
Yeah, he grazed him.
Have you ever told that story?
Nope.
Nope.
I haven't.
No need.
No, we're good.
It's that bad?
Tell your story.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyhow, I was on a topic. Iguanas. So everyone's been talking about it on social media right now. The reason my transition was going to be like animal facts and cool things like that, because that's kind of like the theme that I took with my story. Mm-hmm. Everyone's talking about it right now. That we had the cold snap, 60 years, the coldest winter we ever had. I happened to move during that time into the house, so that was fun. Moving by myself with Abby, helping me load up the car and everything like that during a blizzard in record lows. That was not a fun time. Thank God you guys came over to help with the big furniture, but holy Hannah, was that rough.
He goes, I moved by myself with Abby.
You guys helped some too.
What it reminds me of when Michael Scott goes, I've wanted to do this my whole life ever since I found out about it.
Well, I meant she helped. She didn't move in with me, but she helped me move. So then I felt the need to I don't know. Anyhow,
Iguanas, man.
We're not married, Ryan. So getting back, during that cold snap, I moved, but also all over the news, you would see people from Florida showing pictures, videos, and everything like that of the iguanas falling out of the trees. And before you get bored by what I'm about to say, because I saw so much of it that I'm like, yes, they freeze. And it's also tough for me to watch news stories that has anything to do with animals or outdoor stuff, because we know so much. Mm-hmm. So when you see a news reporter who just kind of heard it for the first time passively through somebody, a producer or something, and they're kind of talking on something, you're like, wrong. Mm-hmm. Nope, that's not how you'd say that if you knew what you're talking about. Wrong. I just don't like it. When they're like, so hunters would like to start baiting for deer again. What do you think about that? It's like they don't know.
Did you hear about these iguanas?
Yeah.
Falling out of trees.
So I hate listening to hunting and fishing topics. So just know that this will be different than that. Just hang with me here with the iguana. So I got to thinking about it, and very similar to gravity, we know what gravity does, but we don't know what it is. No one knows what gravity is. And then I realized there's a lot of information out there that I know, like the behavior of the animal or what happens, but I don't know the fundamentals of why. So I got into warm and cold-blooded animals and doing some research into that. So a lot of people be like, warm-blooded, cold-blooded. They know what those two things are. They're like, cold-blooded, they need heat to warm up so that they can function. And cold, the same thing, but what's happening on a much deeper scale. So there's actually some big advantages to being cold-blooded over warm-blooded. The advantages are they don't have to keep an engine running all the time. So think of cold-blooded as solar power, and think of warm-blooded as a gas engine. Mm-hmm. So with a gas engine, what are the problems with a gas engine? You need to be adding fuel to it all the time to make sure it keeps going and everything's going smoothly. So it requires a lot of energy to do that. A cold-blooded animal, some of them can go a year or more without eating because they can slow down their digestive tract and everything that they do so much that they're utilizing such little energy. Mm-hmm. We don't realize how much energy goes into our body regulation by being warm-blooded. So that's part of the reason why we're eating all the time. And even there's energy that goes into shivering. It's the same reason when people are like, man, you're outside in the cold, it really takes the energy out of you. It actually does. Your body is burning calories just keeping you warm. It's another reason why cold plunges work so well. So then I got into it and I was like, okay, so what is happening though, specifically with cold-blooded animals and then the difference with iguanas? Because there's plenty of cold-blooded animals in Florida, but they're not all just dropping dead like this. And are they dropping dead? So what's happening with the iguana is this. Normal cold-blooded animals, a lot of them have something what you would equate to like a biological antifreeze to keep it from freezing in their system. Iguanas don't, to the point where all the liquid in their body will crystallize like ice. Mm-hmm. And that is often what kills them. And I was like, you see people we're rounding them up and they're not dead. They're actually in cold shock. But this was 3 or 4 days in the blizzard. So then I was like, well, how long till they're dead? Mm. So then I did some research on that. It's actually not very long. If they're in cold shock like that, it will typically be 24 to 48 hours. It'll kill them. Mm-hmm. 72 hours, almost certainly. It drastically increases the likelihood that they're dead. So the truth is, in these cold snaps, it's actually probably killing them because they need to get back up above 50 degrees is like the hot zone, and I'll go through the different temperatures with you. That is something I will have to read because it's like, this is what happens at this temp, and this temp.
We've learned in this podcast we're all terrible with numbers.
Yeah. In this podcast specifically.
From second to second.
Yeah.
minute to minute.
Well, it's like school where it's like as soon as you learned it, you took the test, and you flushed the toilet, you're on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it, well, some of us, Jeff went to college. So going back, the iguanas, and they say because they're not from Florida, they're from tropical environments where they don't need that antifreeze. They just simply didn't evolve, is what they say, to have that trait. So I won't go into the whole evolution thing today, but that is that is what they say. So a lot of the other reptiles, amphibians, other cold-blooded animals do have like that antifreeze system inside them where it makes them lethargic and slow. But iguanas, and I've got the temperature thing here. So, I hate this update. I hate it.
This dang phone don't work anymore.
I can't find anything anymore.
He sounded like he was talking Harry Potter snake language just then. And
Parcel
fun
tongue.
fact, I learned this last night, that his girlfriend that he's been dating, Daniel Radcliffe, has been dating since 2012, is from Flint, Michigan,
I did know that.
and went to U of M Flint.
Yeah,
Interesting.
he went to the Bob Evans on Hill Road
Really?
back in the day and was seen there.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that's how I learned about it.
I used to work at Bob Evans.
What'd you think of that?
Working at Bob Evans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. The store has since closed, but the back kitchen was awful.
Thank you for covering for me. So what cold stun really means in real time. Cold stun is alive but immobile, extremely slowed metabolism, weak heartbeat, and respiration. They're not unconscious, though, like by the human sense.
Mm-hmm.
They are more like in a system shutdown mode.
Like an aware coma.
Yeah, it's like the thing that guy does in to the bad guy in Law Abiding Citizen.
Nice.
Puts that venom in him.
I picture
You're going to feel everything.
every movie scene where they're on drugs, where they're like everything's in slow motion. That's what I picture.
Well, ironically, from 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, an iguana is sluggish but functional. It can survive indefinitely if daytime warming occurs. So they have to like go sun on their rocks and that sort of thing. But 40 to 45 degrees, they start to have loss of muscle control. They're likely immobilized. Like from 40 to 45 degrees, they're like done moving, which is crazy because at 50, they can survive indefinitely. And then survival window is 12 to 48 hours as long as it warms back up at 40 to 45 degrees. So it's like, that happens kind of a lot in Florida, 40 to 45 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So they can live longer if they're sheltered from wind and moisture. So if they're away from moisture, they're better off
Yeah.
in that situation. So below 40 degrees, severe metabolic suppression, high risk of organ failure, cardiac arrest. Survival window is often just hours. Rarely more than 24 to 48 can they survive in below 40. So sustained freezing temps, 32 degrees and below. Green iguanas cannot tolerate freezing at all as the ice crystals form in their tissues. Death usually occurs within hours, especially if exposed and wet. So, wind and that sort of thing, too, on top of it. So, if you, as far as, like, the rewarming, okay, what needs to happen? They say is, like, as long as they get back to, like rewarming to them is above 55. Above 50 at the least. That's where rewarming occurs. If it gets too hot too quick, that can hurt them. So they say, like, don't bring them inside and that sort of thing. But if I had an iguana outside and I cared about it, I would certainly want to bring it inside to
In
that
the garage.
Yeah, like a nice halfway home, not something where they want to run away from. But so that's kind of the thing. This also does sort of knock a hole in Laurel's story where she said she didn't kill the iguana. They said he got too cold, but it was not below 50 degrees in the house.
Yeah.
But she's actually pretty upset about me keep bringing it up. I don't think she like killed the iguana.
Sure.
She just didn't like
You
him much.
lied. You said
She
And
didn't
they can
kill
go-
it. She just let it die.
They can also go without food for quite some time.
Yeah.
So some of the things that make iguanas more susceptible to dying, like in all this, is the young ones die quicker and easier. So like the juvenile ones, they die from the cold much faster. It's the bigger, hardier ones that can tolerate more of the
Take
cold.
the punch.
Yeah, they can take the cold better.
I mean, it sucks that.
Also, if they're hungry when it occurs, they're way more likely to die. So if they're like malnourished, that's another big indicator.
With them being an invasive species, wouldn't this be like, I mean, a sucky way to go out, but isn't this kind of like a good thing?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that. So people talk about invasive species, and what they like the overall thing people always say is they'll be like, oh, an invasive species, they pretty much just outcompete the native species for food and that sort of thing, so they got to go. And I'm always like, how do you know? And like, what does that mean? So I researched that too. But to one point, not only are you correct, it is a good thing, but also it's really the only thing stopping them. They said if Florida didn't have these random cold snaps, the iguana populations would be far, far, far worse. Like the big adult ones can have like 70 eggs a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they reproduce rapidly and much faster than the other species that they compete with. So there's like tortoises they compete with, all the other little lizards and stuff like that you see. What happens is iguanas eat so much more. They feed every day. They will feed every day. Whereas a lot of these other lizards and stuff don't. So the iguanas consume, first of all, they're giant compared to the other local lizards.
It's true.
And they eat so much that it's like they quickly outcompete the species for food. So they eat fruits, plants, leaves, shoots, all the things that like a lot of the natives eat. But also, because they reproduce so quickly and eat so much more than them, they'll like eat plants to death, whereas like a lot of the other species won't. And then on top of that, they outcompete them for like sunning rocks. And like you think like real estate in Florida is so expensive as it is, but like there's like, you imagine like there's a canal, okay, and we've been to these canals where we fish for peacock bass and they're loaded. If you're a tortoise, like, and I'm talking, you're driving down these canals and you're seeing thousands of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many in these backyards and stuff like that. They're very territorial too. We've seen that.
Yeah.
So when you're there and they're territorial, what tortoise is going to be able to go to a nice sunning rock on that? No, there's no chance.
No.
They're going to run him off immediately.
Roll them over.
Yeah, and then kick him
in the water.
No, they'll use it to shoot one of their friends in a different cart.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then the other lizard, they'll kill the other lizards and stuff too. Like there's no coexisting with them in their areas. So it's like, oh, okay. They reproduce far faster. They way out eat all the other ones on top of it. So, and their populations boom, and they outcompete for all the other stuff. But there's other animals that also nest in the ground. I didn't know that the iguanas like build nests underground and they like tunnel and stuff. They take out everyone else's tunnels in the area. Jeez. So any other animal that's doing that, see ya. You're gone. And they mess up like yards. They mess up because they're always near the water. So like canals and things like that. They actually help with erosion because they're always digging and that sort of thing. And that's not the end of it. Turkey season has a way of going from quiet to chaos real fast. That first gobble breaks the morning, and everything you do after that, it matters. That's where Onyx Hunt really shines. One of the features I've come to appreciate is the compass mode. When a gobbler sounds off, you're not just guessing anymore. You can line up the terrain, cover, and direction of travel to pinpoint where that bird actually is, and just as importantly, where he's heading. It lets you make a confident move before the woods go quiet again. Another big one for me is LiDAR. And now anyone who's turkey hunted knows that what looks flat on a normal map, it rarely is. Onyx Hunt's LiDAR shows subtle terrain details most maps miss. Little ditches, folds in the ground, and elevation changes down to just a few feet. That kind of detail tells you whether you can actually close the distance without being seen, or if you need to rethink your approach. Before daylight even hits, 3D Maps helps you get a plan together. You can find high points to listen from, ridges birds like to roost on, and routes that make sense before the first gobble even happens. Starting in the right place can make the whole morning unfold differently. And one feature that doesn't get talked about enough is sharing waypoints. If you've ever had a bird patterned but couldn't hunt that day, dropping a pin and sending it to a buddy can be a pretty valuable favor. The kind that comes back around when you need help on a project or a place to hunt come fall. If you want to stack the odds in your favor this spring, check out Onyx Hunt and OnyxMaps.com or download the app and get dialed in before opening morning. Joy and Blokes were created to disrupt the outdated one-size-fits-all approach to hormone and preventative care. Joy and Blokes carry all kinds of products from TRT, GLP-1, smart supplements designed specifically for you and your blood work results. The process to getting optimized begins with blood work and a consultation, which now you can get 50% off your initial lab work and 15% off products using code THEGREENWAY at joyandblokes.com today. That's JOI and BLOKES.com today. Ego Fishing has one mission: provide the savvy angler with the most advanced, innovative, and tactical-driven fishing gear on the water. The Ego S2 Slider landing net system features cutting-edge handle extension technology for total control during fish landing. With a simple push or pull, anglers can adjust the handle length in real time. Its modular design allows for quick handle removal, easy storage, and accessory swaps. Available in 4 hoop sizes, 3 handle lengths, and multiple attachments, it's a game changer in sport fishing nets. Ego makes all kinds of extremely high quality and innovative fishing products. I don't hit the water without them. To find out more, visit egofishing.com today. We're back, and we're talking iguana. So I've kind of given an update on, I've kind of given an update on what's going on with why they're getting frozen, how they are different than the other reptiles. And Ryan brought up a point as far as like them being invasive and this being a good thing. I've kind of explained what invasive really means and why it's a bad thing and why their numbers are exploding and why it's so detrimental to so many things. But also, when you think about it, there are no natural predators really for iguanas. I mean, a snake, a boa might get them here and there. You've got the pythons out there. You've got different things, maybe. But for the most part, there really isn't too many things killing them except these cold snaps. And there are people that go out hunting for them to try and like lower the population numbers and that sort of thing. But like, it's very easy to look at the iguanas on the bank and be like, yeah, but they're not hurting them. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's what you think. But when you really get down to it, they kind of are. And I stumbled upon this video, which I'll play for you guys right here.
How we doing? What's that?
Are you killing iguanas?
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't kill that big one.
Okay.
Like a pet, I've been feeding him. He's 30 years old.
Okay.
Please, he's ours.
I got you. They are an invasive species, and they're actually degrading this embankment. They're bad for our native wildlife. It'd be better if you didn't feed it. I won't kill it.
But these kind of mind their own business and just stay here. They don't hurt anybody.
Okay.
They don't even, please don't kill him.
I won't kill them, just for you. But it is my job to remove them. I'm just letting you know. They're an invasive species, and they are bad for us.
The idea of killing him, but please don't. He's around there. Have you seen him?
I just seen a big one come down into a hole. Yes, ma'am.
Please don't.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, I won't.
I mean, I'm an old lady now.
No, I know. I don't want to upset you. It is my job to remove them.
I'll find him.
Yes, ma'am. You know, I kind of almost felt bad a little bit. You could tell she doesn't have a whole lot going on besides these iguanas, and she begged and begged and begged for us not to shoot them. But for me, I'm big about keeping the community happy with the work we're doing and managing these iguanas the best we can. Being from the South, we're taught to always respect your elders, and that's what we're going to do today. There he is. He's lucky. He's real lucky. He's lucky I'm a softie for the elder.
So you've got a guy there who is out hunting iguanas. He's commissioned to do so. You're supposed to go collect these iguanas. You're supposed to go kill them because they are bad for the ecosystem. They are out competing with the native species. But then you have a lady like that who's like, yeah, but I feed him. He's not hurting anybody. And it's like, I get that. But I actually, while I think you should go out and kill all the iguanas because you really need to, I also thought it was kind of cool that they were like, okay, we won't kill your pet lady. Like we're not here to just be like, no, we're right and this is how it's going to be. They're going to move on and kill all the other iguanas. But that big orange son of a gun, he is very lucky.
They just used some discretion.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one of the interactions I had with one of those great big orange iguanas, like the really big guys, was we were on vacation in Mexico, and we did like this tour type deal where you get on a boat and go way down river or down like the coastline, actually in the ocean, and we ended up at like this beachside restaurant almost in the middle of nowhere, and we're chilling in there, and this guy walks into the restaurant holding this giant iguana and basically just hands it to Jenna, and we're like, oh, this is sweet, and he's like telling us like take pictures with it, like it's cool. And so we take a bunch of pictures of it. She puts it on her head and like holds it up and holds it in her arms and all that stuff.
Her and the iguana are both like,
yeah. Clearly this iguana knows like, nah, okay, this is my life. I just get carried around as a prop.
Give me my banana.
Yeah. And so that was cool. We took our pictures, and then we're like, okay, here you go. Like the guy takes it and he's like, money. And we're like, what? He's like, money. Like he's asking for money. I was like, oh, dude, come on. You totally just ripped us off. Like there's no discussion of it or anything. And then everyone, like the whole party we were with, like, does anyone have any money? And we're like, no money. And the guy started getting pretty aggravated. And then the tour guide that like took us out there on the boat, he came up to the guy and was like, basically explained to him like, this is like, you can't do that. Go away. You can't come up, like the Americans don't work like that. Like you don't do something and then ask for money. You have like everything's pre-negotiated.
yes.
Yeah, of course.
Which I've never even thought about, but that is how we are. I guess that's not as common there or something, or like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just how they scam.
We've run into that too, like when we're out booking different trips and different hunts and stuff like that, where people are like we're trying to negotiate ahead of time, and it's almost rude.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we'll figure it out later. It's like, well, no.
Right.
Like, I want to know.
Everyone trying to help you with your luggage. Oh, let me help you get that.
I learned that
That's
lesson.
very nice of you. Thank you.
Go, no.
No.
Yeah. So, everyone was, anyone got any money to give him? Anyone got any money to give him? And it started to become like a scene almost. And then the guy was like, all right, you need to go away. Like, they don't have any money. I had money the whole time.
Good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had money the whole time in my backpack, and I was like, I'm not giving him anything. Like, that annoyed
It's not
me.
cool.
That annoyed me so much. Like, the way he came up and like, oh, hey, here you go. Like, it was so like nonchalant.
So as I was seeing all these news reports and people, gathering up the iguanas, Ryan ripping off that guy, all these incredible stories, I saw them like rounding them up, and they all were making a point to say that they weren't dead. Like, the iguanas weren't dead, but people were rounding them up by like the hundreds and thousands and stuff like that, and taking pictures of them, and they see police with them and everything like that. And I was just curious, like, what they do with them. Because they're like, oh, they're not dead, but we have to round them up because of this cold shock thing. And they kept saying, like, they're not dead. But this was, like, 6 days into the cold snap, so they probably were, A.
Yeah.
And B, like, what did they do? Did they euthanize them somehow? Like, what were they doing? Like, what was your plan? And I saw one guy do a bit on eating them, which we've done before. We've eaten iguanas. When we were there, we were hunting pythons, and we shot some iguanas, too, and then ate those, and they weren't bad. It was like
Good tacos.
Yeah, like they were in tacos, so it was like we like roasted the iguana whole, which looked wild on the grill. But then we ended up like seasoning them and stuff like that, and it was just like fishy chicken. Like,
Sure.
And I say fishy not because like the flavor was necessarily really fishy, but because I remember though Jeff and I were like, him and Han, like, do we use the meat rub, which is historically for red meat, or do we use the fish rub, or do we use the chicken rub? And we
Turns out chicken rub.
Yeah, we were like back and forth. So it was very chickeny, but it was a little bit more flaky, like fish is. Chickeny, white fish. Nothing about it was like repulsive, but you kind of have to be careful. And like, did we put in a disclaimer? I don't remember if we did or not, but you kind of have to be careful, like encouraging people to hunt these things and eat them, especially in like the residential areas, because people are now putting out like poison for them. So they're putting out like fruit and stuff like that and poisoning it.
Putting rat poison in it.
Yeah. So then if a iguana gets poisoned and he goes up in the tree and chilling after, he's like, I don't feel so good. And then you shoot him and eat him. You're ingesting
You're
that.
getting that poison.
Yeah.
Which is why the one that we ate, we shot well into the Everglades, where it probably didn't. They don't travel that much, so it probably didn't have access to backyards where people were putting out
For
the
rat
poison.
poison,
It's like something,
which isn't for iguanas.
something to think about.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't. I mean, when I'm eating rats, I am very careful. No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
When you get
Every
McDonald's.
Well, it also makes you wonder, like those big, really big ones. Eating one of those, how many toxins are those things carrying around that it can just sustain itself?
I wouldn't think that much.
They're eating fruit. They're
In the
scavenging from
residential
people's
areas.
backyards.
Yeah, but like, I mean, they're probably eating some pesticides. I guess they're probably eating some fertilized things.
And if
But
they're,
realistically, if they're eating leaves and shoots and stuff, I don't know.
well, I just wonder if they eat any other meat. Like if they eat other.
They are omnivores, but they are mostly herbivores, and they prefer to be that way.
Okay, that's interesting then.
Yeah, like they'll.
I was
eat,
thinking if they did eat meat, then like the higher in the food chain you go, the more like toxins you're getting.
I don't like when people think of iguanas, like they really want them to be dinosaurs, and the talk of them eating meat is like very common, and they will, but it is not their.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's behavior of certain ones in certain areas where that's the case, but I either read it or my dad just told me. Which then, if my dad told me, I kind of have to put it through like was he messing with me filter. I don't think he was here. He was telling me that when we had Rex, our green iguana, he's like, if you feed them meat, they get pretty mean. If you feed them vegetables and fruits and stuff, they're happy. It's also where I learned that like when people eat like dandelion salads and stuff, they're literally eating dandelion leaves. Because we used to go out in the yard, we wouldn't fertilize when we had. I don't know if they do now, but like we didn't use weed and feed then, because you'd pick the not the flower, but you'd pick the leaves around the flower.
Yeah.
And we'd take that in, and then we'd have like a supplement that we would put on top of them for like protein and stuff like that. And he would get it from that. I know they would eat bugs. I know they'd eat like a lot of things eat like crickets and grasshoppers because the cartilage in those species of insects and bugs and stuff is very good for you, like ducks do. Ducks, in order to have like good strong bodies, it's important that they're eating bugs as well, and that sort of thing. So that's where I learned like dandelions. I don't know why, but it like never occurred to me to just go out in the yard and pick it. But you could, if you're not fertilizing and no one around you is, you can go out and pick out dandelion.
The lady that
And
lives
just eat
behind me, I saw her doing it. It took me a second to figure out what she was doing because I'm sitting in my backyard and she's just like wandering around looking at the ground, and then occasionally picking something up and like holding it like a clump in one hand. I'm like, what is going on? And then finally I put it together that she was just making her salad.
And if she went and bought it at the store, like no one would blink an eye. But because you're wandering around the yard, it's weird.
You're right.
It's like that.
$5 for a container of it.
It's
or
like that
whatever.
with mushrooms too. You're like in the woods. You're like, you sure, man?
Yeah, well, yeah, it sure can be
But
scarier
you go to
there.
the store, you just don't even think about it.
Yeah.
you know.
It was really cool that you cared enough about the animal that you were taking care of that you would go out and pick the leaves like that. But you should have seen their yard, man. He'd go out and take, once they turned into that little fluff
Whatever
ball,
he's saying is
spread it around. Their yard was more dandelion than grass. It's wild.
It was dandelions and dirt.
Yeah.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
We'll cut that.
Just because your family was rich with fertilizer. We had animals to take care of, okay? And Rex was eating us out of house and home. We were starting to pick stuff from the yard. You know things aren't going well. No, I'm just kidding. Pretty funny. But yeah, so I guess that would be like my final warning is like be careful of eating iguanas while you should. Like, and there's like iguana food stands on the side of the road and stuff like down there, like all good. Just make sure they weren't rat poisoned recently because a lot of people are poisoning them now. And then also like, I don't know. I felt a little weird about, like, I have, like, this thing where it's, like, if we're going to hunt it, we're going to eat it. And I've, like, been very purposeful about that. And I get, like, a really weird vibe. Like, I've never gone out coyote hunting yet. And I'm not saying anything against anybody doing it. I think we shot one time.
Yeah.
And we used the fur and everything like that. But I don't know. As I got older, I got weirder about shooting anything I wouldn't consume myself. But then, like, in a situation like this, it's like, okay, well, I would eat iguana, but I wouldn't eat it out of somebody's backyard. And to be honest with you, that's kind of where they need to be taken out because they're in extremely high concentrations. So then it's like, if nothing else, it's like, yeah, I want to go harvest them out of somebody's backyard, but I do not want to get rat poisoned, and it is a
Right.
very real possibility, but they do need to be removed. So then I kind of started erring on the side of like, I could feel good about going to shoot a bunch of iguanas with a pellet gun now in a residential area and still feel weird about it, but also like they're wiping out native species.
Well, and to that point too, like I think, I guess, sort of in a way rebuttaling what you're saying, would be like
Would you?
like with like bow fishing here in Michigan. It's like I don't really want to eat it, but a way to utilize it is find someone who's got a garden, because that's becoming more and more popular, where people will ask for the carp that people bow fish for and bury them in their gardens as fertilizer. So I'm glad that they're like, I don't always want to eat those carp.
Just bury them.
They're kind of gnarly.
Yeah, I also like, I get that too, but then like we went to South Dakota and we fished for Asian carp. That was one of my favorite fish I've ever had.
Yeah, that was good. That was
and
really
then
good.
people that rebuttal that, it's like, oh, well, we learned from Chummy that you have to make sure that none of the slime from the outside of the fish touches the meat, or you might as well throw it away. And then we did that, and then we took good care of it. We utilized it properly, got it cold fast. Pretty good.
It was
so
good.
it's like we just did the sheep's head out of the St. Clair River, which
That was delicious.
it was delicious. I would look into what the PCBs and stuff look like on that sucker, but I don't know. It could be low because Asian carp is low because they're only eating. They're not eating a bunch of fish. They're only eating microorganisms.
right.
They're filter feeding, so they weren't as impacted as like the bigger fish that are eating other fish. So maybe
And sheephead are eating a lot of the little clams, which are filter feeding. So I don't know if
Yeah, they might not. They might be terrible. They might be nothing. I don't know. We should put a little thing up on the screen of our sheep's head or freshwater drum high in PCBs. Bing! In the St. Clair River. Bing!
There it is.
Yeah, add the other one. But that's my summary on iguanas, and I wonder what they did with all those iguanas. I would be curious.
threw them in a bag, as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
No one talked about what they did afterwards.
No one did. Wilderness Athletes' mission is to make their customers' lives better every damn day. That is their guiding principle in every facet. From the products they develop to where they source the ingredients, how they treat the customers, how they ship, all the way down to the way they package the products. They've been dedicated to customers since 2004. They're hunters, adventurers, parents, and lifelong learners who never settle because you don't either. They make everything from protein shakes, multivitamins, supplements, and on-the-go snacks in the field. I put a personal guarantee on the quality of the ingredients, and I can attest to how effective they truly are. Wilderness Athlete is owned and operated by hunters and anglers who hunt and train hard. For more information, visit wildernessathlete.com, and for 20% off your next order, use code GREENWAY20 at checkout. That's wildernessathlete.com today. Hunting wild game is hard work. You don't want eating it to be even tougher. I'm always looking for a sure thing when I prepare my wild game, and that's why I choose Rufus Teague barbecue products. They have a huge collection of seasoning and sauces that will make your wild game incredible. I use the chicken rub on birds, I use the meat rub on venison, and I use the sauces for that perfect pulled goose recipe. They also make an assortment of extremely tasty snacks to take into the field with you. I recommend the honey roasted barbecue almonds, Rufus Teague barbecue. Make wild game gooder. For more information, visit rufusteague.com today. Dependability is what I look for in equipment, and once I find it, heck, I'm a customer for life. That's been my experience with LEM game processing equipment. For generations, LEM Products has been the trusted leader in meat and game processing, with a journey that began in a garage that has now grown into a legacy of innovation and quality. From humble beginnings, the dream was simple: create reliable, high-performance equipment that empowers people to process, prepare, and preserve food with confidence. Today, that dream continues to thrive. At LEM, they believe the journey of home processing is both rewarding and empowering. I know I feel that way when I go out and harvest a deer or ducks or fish, and I come home and use my LEM game processing equipment to process that meat, put it in the freezer, and have it ready for my family year-round. To find out more and how you can use these products to process your wild game, visit lemproducts.com for more information. I love the flexibility and excitement of using a climbing tree stand during deer season. But when my life is on the line and I'm trusting my climbing tree stand, I always trust Summit tree stands. I've now owned 3, and I've never had them let me down. Summit tree stands are carefully engineered to be the most silent, secure, comfortable, and concealed hunting tree stands on the market. From versatile climbing stands to adaptable hang-ons, all of Summit's tree stands are built to last. Now that's why you will receive a 5-year warranty with any aluminum climbing tree stand in the Summit lineup. All Summit stands are designed and engineered to meet or exceed the ASTM industry standards, recognized by the Tree Stand Manufacturers Association. Here at Summit, we know what it takes to make quality products. We don't just build them, we use them. And we don't build stands that we think will work. We build stands that we know will work. For 15% off, use code GREENWAY15 at checkout at summittreestands.com. I think this podcast was great, though. We talked about iguanas. Jeff had a topic. I had a topic. I was super organized. Ryan, what happened with you? No, I'm just kidding. Ryan had a topic, and we were going to do it, but we're already, at time. So that means it must have been a good podcast because we got there with 2 good topics and a good rabbit or whatever his name was. So thanks so much for tuning in to the Green Bay Outdoors podcast. Make sure you check out the Wilderness Chronicles series. It's a new series that we have coming up. My point was we're saving Ryan's for next week. I kind of jumped right over that, didn't I? But check out the Wilderness Chronicles. It's a new series that we came out with. It's on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel. We did one on Loch Ness Monster. We did one on dinos in the Congo. We just came out with one called the Melon Heads, which apparently are far more common than I knew. A lot of people knew what they were.
I never heard of it.
But the videos, especially dinos in the Congo, Wolf, Dogman from Michigan, it's about cryptid legends. It's about the eerie, the spooky, the nature stuff, but it's also about crocodile attacks that have happened. It's about, sharks in fresh water. Could they survive in the Great Lakes? It's a really fun, cryptid, scientific, weird version of something we've wanted to create for a long time, talking about it on road trips. And that series is just popping off on YouTube right now. As we sit here, I think we're averaging about 5,000-6,000 views a day across all of them. But Loch Ness Monster alone is going up anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 a day. That one's really got people's, the audience captivated. So just check out that series. It's on our YouTube channel. Also, we going to do a podcast every single week right here. If you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple Play, iTunes, anything like that, you can also watch it on YouTube. Check out our new website, thegreenwayoutdoors.com. Also, we're still doing weekly vlogs, and no one's watching them. All of our other stuff does so well, but the vlogs don't. What's your problem? Check it out. Thanks for staying green.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the Greenway Outdoors YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, we want to make more for you. The only way we can do it is with the help and support from our sponsorships. So we ask you to support them. These are companies that care about conservation and of course preserving the Greenway Outdoors message. Today's sponsors are Wilderness Athlete, LEM Game Processing Equipment, Blokes, Modern Men's Health, and Summit Tree Stands.